Hi, everybody. Kathy Tooley, CEO, Tools for Success. I am excited for you to join me about this curtain. This one's curtain number 18, the spinning, cracking, and overwhelmed plates of teachers. I'm going to do you a visual that I think will be helpful. I want you to think of a teacher's day and the plates we need to fill. Teachers have now become counselors. We counsel our kids from all kinds of things, from academic counseling to what's going on at home, to they're sad or they're depressed. It's become our job now to feed them. We provide not only breakfast, but lunch and a snack. If you don't believe that, pay attention to what happened through the pandemic. We immediately relied on our schools to provide food to our children. We clothe them. We make sure that they have what they need as far as proper clothing. We offer resources, especially schools that have uniforms. If they don't have them, we make sure that they have those. And when and if those clothes don't work, we become a seamstress. We fix those clothes. We sew those clothes up. We sew on buttons right midstream that might need to be done. We take care of what needs to be done. We've become custodians. Because of the lack of staffing, we often have to clean up our own messes that are happening in classrooms, clean up our own classrooms at the end of the day, restock our own supplies. Some schools are blessed enough to have incredible custodians that are there. Some schools are understaffed, and that now has fallen to teachers. We have to become specialists in every single field. So we have to be able to know if they need emotional help, where to help them find that emotional help or give it to them. We have to become a specialist in helping them in other subjects if they're struggling. We have to become specialists in everything they do. We have to become policemen. We have to make sure to break up fights. We have to see to it that things are happening safely in our room, which often leads us to become detectives. Figure out what Johnny did, who did it, when he did it, why they did it. Insert, research, interview, engage, find out what happened. We have to become mediators. Sometimes between the students and the parents, sometimes the parents and the administration, sometimes us and the parent, sometimes between student and student. We now have to become social media experts. We have to know what's being said about us on social media. We have to post, read posts, pay attention to posts, deal with posts when parents are trashing each other, kids are trashing each other on social media, and that's brought into the school. We have to pay attention to all of our state requirements. Everything that the state is asking us to do. Pay attention to the new mandates, be caught up on the new mandates, read the new mandates, etc., etc., etc. We need to become and stay involved in our communities. Attend the ball games that our students are going to. Go to the Little League games. Engage parents and make sure that they are involved. Sometimes we become marriage advisors. We counsel parents who are going through rough marriages that want to talk to us. Then we step in as parents. Not of our own children, yours. I could keep going for the next 10 hours or more. And I want you to know that as we spend our entire day as educators, show me where math got taught. Where did English happen? Where did I get my science lesson in? Where are we learning the most important thing that we needed to know today on social studies? We don't. Because as I give up this, or I give up this, or I give up this, I have a child ill prepared to learn. As I don't police a situation, I don't become the detective and figure out what's going on, I don't pay attention as an expert, my classroom starts to fall apart. Each and every single year I watch, we put more and more and more on the plates of teachers and wonder why the subject matter, the very thing that they were hired to do, they were trained to do, they're licensed to do, falls. I want to know, when did this become our job? I went to school to become a teacher, to teach the subject I'm licensed to teach. I didn't go to school to become a police officer. Some people aren't married, they're married and they're giving marital advice. Some people aren't parents and they're giving parental advice. Some people have no idea, but they're giving advice because we're forced to. It is astounding what we ask our teachers to do on a daily basis. So I'm going to give you just a couple examples from my own experience. This isn't what I've heard or what I've said. It's what I know. I called a parent once because their child was sleeping through my first period class every single day. I'm not just talking dozing off. And I think most of you would say by watching my videos, boring is never an adjective that's been put to me. I can't always say that my subject matter was the most fun, but boring is not an adjective people use with me. So I called home thinking, I don't know, maybe there's something medical. Maybe, what can I do? How can I support the parent? You know what the parent told me? I don't know what you want me to do, Kathy. They're up until midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning playing video games. I thought, I'm being punked. She's not being for real. And I said, well, why do they play video games until 1 in the morning? School starts at 7:30. I couldn't function on that little sleep. I know, I've told them that they're going to be tired first period. I can't make this up. Let me give you another example. Parent, I was in an assistant principal's role. Child was late for school every day. Matter of fact, missing pretty much all of first period and the bulk of second period class every day. So, obviously the first period teacher is clearly pretty upset. How do I teach someone who's not here? You want me to lecture to a chair? I don't know what you want me to do. So I called the parent again. Let's see what's going on. How can I partner? What does that look like? And the parent said, and I quote, well, I'm tired in the morning. I work midnights, and so I don't let him leave until I wake up. I said, do you understand that he's missing all of first period and the bulk of second period? And she said, well, then tell my boss to change my hours. What? My husband and I chose to bring 3 children into this world. Not 30, not 150. We gave birth. I went through labor and delivery 3 different times. 3 different times. Getting those kids to school on time, making sure that they have been fed, clothed, cared for, have a loving and safe environment to come home to, do their homework like they're supposed to do, going out to Walmart at God knows what time to buy stuff for whatever activity they've got to do tomorrow. Guess what? My job! My job! I gave birth to them. My husband and I had a choice. And I know some of you watching this video are going to go, well, good for you. You don't know what it's like to be a single mom, or you don't know what it's like when your husband walked out on you, or you don't know what it's like when you've lost your job and you have no income. You're right, I don't. But it's not your teacher's job. It's not their job. Do you want them to teach them math, or do you want them to be their parent? There is not enough time in the day for them to do both. And we as a society have got to stop asking so much of our teachers. It's criminal. It is criminal. And they can't do it. And they shouldn't be expected to. I remember watching the television through the pandemic, and it was almost like, well, what do you mean as a school you're not providing food? Since when did we become McDonald's? Since when did we become the local restaurant? I appreciate the federal funds. We appreciate and we offer the food as we should. But when did it become our jobs? When did all of the responsibility of parenting fall to teachers, and then you want to armchair quarterback it? It didn't. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't. And you get to decide as a society, we get to decide as a society, that we either let the teachers do what they were hired to do, teach, or we quit getting mad that they aren't getting done what ought to get done because you're asking them to do your job too. It doesn't work both ways. And I, for one, know that it's my job to parent my children because they're my children. And I'll let my educators teach them because that's their jobs too. Thank you so much for hearing this curtain. This one is one that I am so passionate about, because I see so many teachers giving so much that I just think it's got to stop. If you agree with me, do me a favor. Subscribe to my channel. Like it. Hit that little red button, because there are a few more curtains I've got yet to share with you. And come along on this journey with us. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you. Have a great day.